So I'm just gonna quickly, hopefully, get you through, go through these projects so that hopefully at the end I can show you what I've done and me finishing them. So first things first, I have these linen shorts. These I made before a holiday that I just took to Croatia, and I thought I needed a couple of linen pieces, so I made these shorts. Um, but before the trip, I made two pairs of shorts and two pairs of pants. So by the time I got to these, I had ran out of elastic. So the day before, I received the wide elastic that I wanted to use on these pants. So I finished these, well, not completely finished, but did the elastic waistband the day before we left. And quite frankly, I didn't want to spend too much of that day sewing because I had a zillion things to do. So I didn't sew down the elastic, um, which like was fine-ish for the trip, but I like the elastic, the look, and how it keeps the elastic in place when you sew it down. So I'm going to do that. So that is just going to be me taking out the drawstring, sewing the two, I think I'm gonna do two channels for the elastic, and then putting the drawstring back. So that should hopefully be very quick. Then the next one I think is this top, which is inside out, obviously, which is the best way to show it. This was just a kind of a whim project that I did. It's a pleated kind of cropped tank top. I bought this fabric to make a pair of pants for my daughter, and if you can see here, it's like purple and green, which I really wanted her to have a pair of striped pants, and I was having trouble finding fabric. And so when I found this one, I decided to buy it, and I don't know, I'm just like kind of iffy about the color scheme on this fabric. So I made her the pants, which they're very cute, and I like them for her. But then I had a whole bunch of extra fabric that I didn't know what to do with. So I thought eventually um, it would be fun to have a pleated top. And then if I made the pleated top, then I could kind of hide the green on most of it. So then it's just like purple pleated top. But then it pokes out here, so it's like the green on it, I feel less offensive to me. But I used a tank top pattern that I hadn't tried before, and it just really didn't fit. So I did the pleating first, and then I cut it out with the pattern. But it was just like didn't really fit on the sides. So I just have to cut a little bit more off and then do bias binding on the neckline and the arms. So I just have to bias bind the neckline and the arms on this one. So hopefully that would be the next thing I finish. And then I made these jean cargo pants for my daughter. She's 14 months, and I kind of love making her pants for some reason. Nothing else really. She has no tops to go with the pants. There's just a whole bunch of pants. But I made these out of a pattern I used to make multiple pairs of pants for her. But for some reason, these just were way too high-waisted on her. And I had already done the elastic, so I eventually got around to taking off the elastic, cut down the waistline, and so I just have to put the elastic back on the pants so they fit her better. But that will be hopefully the next project I do. And then before the trip, I thought she needed another pair of shorts and a pair of linen pants. So I cut up these shorts, and I found this cream linen from Selfmade. I really love the striped pants for kids thing that's kind of going on, like trend, which I hate saying, but I just think they're really cute, and I've been looking for stripes for her, and just been having a hard time finding some. this linen in a remnant section in Selfmade, and honestly, I thought it was going to be cheaper than it was. I read the sign wrong. I thought it was 40% off the price it said, but it was really just the price is 40% off of just buying it from the Bolt. So, anyways, it's still cheaper than buying linen pants for little kids. But I had cut these out, and I just didn't think I had enough time to get it done without stressing myself. So I didn't actually sew them before the holiday. But I've already cut them out, so it makes sense to have them sewn up. So she could at least wear it for the end of the summer here in Stockholm. And we usually go to Australia for Australian summer, our winter. So she hopefully will get to use that trip as well, because summer's almost finished here in Stockholm. Then I have this like peplum top that I started sewing probably 7-8 years ago, and it's just been in a pile of things that I need to finish. And I think I just didn't really like it after the fact. But I feel really bad about having basically an almost finished top that I end up binning. So, I mean, it's not bad, so I will wear it if I finish it. So I figure I should just finish it. So I just need to hem the bottom and redo a bit of the peplum, because it just wasn't my best work. Because I think I had already started like not liking it in the middle of sewing it, so I just was very sloppy. So hopefully that will be the thing I'll do after the. Okay, and then before the trip to Croatia, I thought I'd make a cute summer dress to wear on the trip, and I had this cotton linen mix, floral fabric from Spotlight Fabrics that I got when I was in Sydney last year. And I thought it would be really nice to make a spring dress, spring the pattern. I'll hopefully put up a photo of the pattern, because I had the pattern and I had never made it. But piped to kind of add a little contrast piping to bring out the blue in the fabric, because blue is my favorite color. So I did a like kind of vague mock-up of just the bodice, and it just did not fit. That's more my fault than pattern fault. I just picked the wrong size. I'm like smaller chested and bigger waist and hips, so I tried to grade out, and I just graded out wrong for the like bodice chest piece, so it was way too long. So I thought I had made the changes necessary for it to fit me, and instead of making another toile, I just decided to cut out my good fabric, because I wanted to get it done before the trip. And it didn't quite fit, but I eventually got it to where it fits well enough, the bodice. It's not perfect, but it's okay. And with all the blue piping. But I just kind of got so annoyed at it that I did not end up finishing it before the trip. But I have the piece for the skirt, so I just need to attach the skirt to the bodice. So I am going to do that, because it's actually, the style lines of the pattern are very nice, and I think this is going to be a very cute like summer dress. So I definitely want to finish that, because I really like the fabric and I spent a pretty penny on it, so don't want it to all go to waste. Then I have this top. The fabric might look familiar because I'm actually wearing it right now. This I made out of the remnant after making this top. This was also for our trip to Croatia. I thought it'd be nice to have some summery colors because I had made a lot of dark things for the trip because I don't know if I mentioned I have a small child and she likes to eat on me and rub her dirty hands on whatever I'm wearing, so it's excuse me, easier to have dark colors so you don't see all the food stains on me. But you're in a warm place, you want some summery colored clothing. So thought it would be nice to have some light colors to wear on the trip. The original idea with this fabric was to make a kind of bolder button-up top style, and that was the idea even before I got the fabric. I wanted one in a vintage tablecloth. Yeah, I thought it would be really cute, and it took me forever to find a like embroidered, or this one's cross-stitched tablecloth that I could do that with here in Stockholm, and I eventually found this one at the Loppies in Karlovan, which is like Ostermalm area, I do believe. Blue, which is my favorite color, and I thought the cross stitching was very cute, and so I bought it. And then when I got home, where the embroidery was placed and the size of the tablecloth, it wasn't actually big enough to make a bowler shirt with the pattern I had. So this is just kind of like the fabric store's Augustina pattern with a button placket to make it a button up. But before the trip, I just realized I didn't actually have anything to wear this with what I was planning on packing. So I didn't go through with doing the buttonholes because I wasn't gonna have time with everything I had to do before the trip. So left that to the side, and now I just have time to do it. So I need to put buttons on it, so make buttonholes and put buttons. But I want to do that now so I can at least wear it for the end of summer here and have it for when we hopefully go to Australia this year. And then last piece that I need to finish is this top. This fabric is a lyocell, black lyocell from Rainbow Fabrics. I thought it would be good to have a kind of button-up, loose, silky top for the holiday. And really, the idea, because I think it's like a really crisp kind of silky looking top, I thought it would be good to, instead of having buttons, to have snaps, so it's like hidden and it's just, you know, very crisp and clean. And I just didn't have time to do that before the trip. I overextended myself with sewing projects and did not have time to get that done. So I want to get that done hopefully soon. Well, now-ish. Then, if I have enough time, let's see. I think I should, I don't think I mentioned it, but my partner, he's away on a business trip, so I kind of have the run of the house. And my daughter, she's sick, so I only have time to sew while she's napping. So the idea is to hopefully get these projects done over the next 4 days. So this is generally what I have planned for the next 4 days. So we'll see how much I can do in those 4 days. But if I have time, I have this fabric that I bought Walthamstow at the bottom bit of the Walthamstow Market Street. They have these fabric stores that are very cheap. And it's kind of like a dead stocky, warehousey deal where they get fabric from different wholesalers or suppliers in London, and so they'll have like really random fabrics, varying quality, varying fabrics, compositions. Generally, you don't know a lot about the fabric, and you just kind of, you know, see something you like and buy it. And you know, who knows how much is on the roll because it's just whatever is left over. And I found this fabric, which is exactly my type of print. I think I have one that's a floral there. Two that are technically florals in those projects, but I don't actually like florals. I am very much an abstract, geometric, color swooshes, print fabric girl. So this is the exact type of print I like, and it's been really hard finding these types of prints, especially that like Walthamstow remnant kind of setting. So whenever I did see it there, I always bought it, whether or not I had an idea for a project or not. But when I bought this one, the idea was to make a dress, but I no longer live in London. I live in Stockholm now, and so I don't think I could get away with wearing dresses year round. I used to in London. I used to work in a fairly conservative office, so you had to dress up to go to the office. You couldn't wear jeans. It was very much dressed to the nines. So I personally love dresses, so I wore dresses year round with just thick winter stockings, and that was how the majority of what I wore. But now that I live in Stockholm, I don't think I could do that anymore. I mean, I personally could be warmer in a dress than in pants. If you just make sure you have thick stockings, thick winter stockings, and you're probably warmer than a lot of people who just wear jeans. But I just feel like it seems a little weird wearing dresses when it gets to the minuses. So I have to go. Well, I'm personally probably going to go back to wearing pants and tops. So I just had to look through my wardrobe, and I just don't really have a lot of tops because I haven't been wearing them forever. So I need a lot more tops to go with the pants. So I have things to wear in the winter. So I'm thinking of making a top with this. The idea right now is a wrap peplum top with kind of 3/4 sleeves. That is the general idea. But we'll see if I actually get to that. But hopefully I do, but we'll see. But those are the projects I have planned for the next few days, and hopefully you'll see if I get through any of them. Thank you so much for watching me ramble on about my sewing, and hopefully I'll have some finished projects to show you because I feel like I don't really get to show any of that on my channel. So let's hope this gets done. So hopefully I'll have an update for you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.